What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 36 of my Total Warhammer 3 Zhatan the Black Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, we have absorbed the Legion of Asgore, and Drazhoath the Ashen has joined our faction. Haven't had a chance to try him out yet, and his territory is in kind of a shambles. Oh, but, well, we'll fix it for him. Shouldn't be a problem. He was much weaker than Ostrogoth was, so it's hardly surprising that he's in at least a little bit of trouble with what he's got here. He also has a bunch of plagues throughout his territory, and it is the irritating Skaven plagues as well, so we'll have to wait until those end and try to relatively minimize our casualties until we're capable of doing so. Though fortunately, at least Drazhoath, immortal or not, can heal himself with the healing potion that we've given him. In addition to that, we had Mr. Tretch Craventail take out the Veil of Woe, though taking some damage for his trouble. A little bit annoying considering it is the plane of Zharr territory, but on the other hand, I don't see too much of a problem in taking it back, especially because we have all of these armies nearby. In fact, Gorth the Cruel is moving past Zharr Nagrund like so. And if Tretch goes here, then he'll die. If he tries to run, then we'll follow him to the gates of Zharr, or to the gates of Hell, or wherever it is that we want to go. In fact, both of you armies, since Grimgor is gone, can start moving this way. And we want to transfer all of these Kadai to Drazhoath. Now, speaking of, let's see. I want to see if we can't get you fighting, at least your first battle here. I don't know if this is actually possible or not, but I would love to find out. Let's see, so you use 14 and 25 versus, let's say, 11. Okay, so like this is better along the road. Wait, I saw 1425, yeah, like so. He's obviously going to run, but maybe we can still do this. So then we're going to put these two armies near him, and like so, I guess. Probably doesn't really matter all that much. Ooh, wait. Maybe you go here, because this guy has the Infernal Castling, and thus should be able to move at least a little bit further, I think. Guess we're about to find out. Let's see if we can't catch this guy and have Drazhoath reinforce. And you are indeed going to run, but how far? And oh wow, okay, that's further than I thought it would be. Can we still reach you? Yes, we can. 1%. Ooh, close, but it clearly worked. Mission aborted, don't care. More importantly, we're going to start this episode off with a battle, especially considering last episode was very admin-heavy. Obviously, this is going to be an easy fight, but it'll be Drazhoath's debut, so it's worth the fight. Here we go. Alrighty, here we go. Time for a debut, though I guess we won't be hearing the speech from Drazhoath, but at least we will be able to see him fight and stuff. We'll get a speech from him in another battle, I am sure. Now, looks like the enemy won't be going forward and attacking the relatively small amount of troops here, but that's just fine. Alrighty, there we are. Let's check you out, my friend. Let's slow that down, and here we are. Are those little... Huh. Wait. Stop for a second. Are those Noblars in cages, and why are they there? Or Noblars, they're goblins, rather. Hobgoblins in cages. Why are they there? Are they doing something useful? Are they for sacrifices? Do they chuck things at people, or is this just for fun? I should read the item descriptions or something. Maybe there is something about that here. Anyway, there's the model. Can't wait to see if he has any different animations from the regular Bale Taurus animations, or not, at the very least, when he's on a mount still. Very, very nice. Alrighty, we're gonna see how effective you are, my friend, because we will be sending you into combat, Draz, and let's speed it up while you get a little bit closer. Now, the enemy does have a flying lord as well as a couple of fellbats there, but that doesn't mean we can't annoy them to a fairly great degree with what we have here, and I do imagine that we should be able to handle the bats and such. Let's see, 69-51 on the stats versus 55-45 on the enemy lord, so we do have superior stats in pretty much every capacity, other than the fact that the enemy does have Invocation of Nehek and Spirit Leech as well to essentially counteract what we do a little bit. But we'll see. Anyway, we're going to move in, and I was just trying to annoy the enemy just a little bit to get them to try to charge us. There is a Flame and Shadow coming down, or Shadow and Flame, or is this the... No, this is the Dreadquake Mortar Barrage. Yeah, just trying to do a little bit of damage. Obviously, the enemy army is sufficiently weak that we don't care, and I was hoping that this would do enough damage to the said army so that it would charge the rest of our forces and would allow Draz to fight. And there we go, there's the Flames of Asgore coming in for fairly cheap amounts, and then we've got the Hashut's Curse, I want to say. Why do I always forget the name of the spell? And it's the most spam Burning Wrath. Every time. It's the most spammable spell, and I guess we've used it more than any other spell in this campaign, and still I keep forgetting the spell. It's because of Curse of Hashut, and yeah, it's funny because I pretty much never use Curse of Hashut, but I keep calling Burning Wrath Curse of Hashut or Hashut's Curse. But anyway, it looks like those spells were indeed sufficient enough to have the enemy start moving towards our army, which is what we wanted. Did get 17k damage and 163 kills out of it, so not too bad at all. The rest of the army, the ghouls, the zombies, the skeletons, not super concerning. There's a Wrath of Zharr coming in, and in the meantime, Draz and Cinder are going to be fighting the enemy lord in the air. The enemy's mount much smaller than Cinderbreath here, so we should have quite the advantage. And oh, are you a Necrarch lord? You are a Necrarch lord, alrighty, so you're not going to probably be strong enough to hold off the Draz. And a couple more hits and you should actually be going down. There we go. This is very much going in our favor, in our lord's favor here. We have also summoned a few units of Kadai down there as well. Down goes the enemy lord. Man, he went pretty far from his mount up there. Alrighty, well done to you, and here comes a second use of the Flames of Asgore, the signature spell here. And here comes another Burning Wrath to follow that up, and that looks like quite a bit of damage. You're going to follow it up with a Flame and Shadow as well, just to help out a little bit, and that's a lot of fire coming in from all this. Oh, someone's having a pretty fun time. This is also probably hurting... Oh, wait, no, that's it's another Dreadquake battery. The Kadai are in the middle of all that, so they're Kadaiing. But obviously they're the summon units, so we don't care that much. And we're up to 625 kills. Very, very nice. In the meantime, the rest of our army is also fighting, but just a little bit. By and large, we actually kept them back, as this is their lord's time to play. And he'd probably be pretty upset if they dared to interrupt him, even for a little bit. Yeah, okay, can't even see anything in that little copse of trees. Oh well, I'm gonna land on the ground and kill a few more zombies, but the battle, just like that, is pretty much over. There's a corpse cart here, and there's a corpse cart dead, or gone rather. And there we are, just like that, the battle is ours. A decisive victory and a quick one at that, but we had to get our debut, and it was a pretty decent one, at least in terms of kills and damage. Alrighty, there we go. A very nice little debut for Drazhoath. 625 kills to start it off. I would say not too bad. Plus a duel with a Vampire Lord, and Vampire Lords, even generic ones, are pretty darn strong. So, and a good job to him and to Cinderbreath. Cinderbreath deserves pets. We are going to transport captives because we have a little bit of a labor problem once again. Alright, and we got a free obsidian blade and a free obsidian lodestone, though that might have actually been from other sources, not this battle, but that's okay. Now, I would love to transfer some of this stuff to Drazhoath's army, namely the Kedai and the Infernal Guard, but then they'll just be plagueinated. But I guess keeping this guy around might not be all that useful. What are you, by the way? You are a considered over... Diplomatic relations +5 with all factions. Huh. I did not know that was a thing. Really? Oh my, okay, so I've been trying to stack Exiled, but now I have to see, does anybody else have this? Impulsive, I don't see considered anywhere. Miserly. Hey, Miserly. You can act as a recruiter. Nah, you can't act as a recruiter. Overseers have to be recruiters. Vengeful, and hey, there's another Exile. Yes. You know what? Thingramaz. Well, I guess we gotta get you on the field. We could use you as a ferry of troops. If we are going to recruit troops here at Zharr, although I guess we are better off possibly using somebody else as a ferry. No, but I do like these guys to act as ferries in general. You know what? Start up at Zharr. There we go, a little bit more research, right? And Helm of Discord, Trickster Shard, that's great. I did some item work between the episodes and made some garbage gray items into green ones. That may be what it's showing us. So you need to stick around, but we're going to rename you so I don't forget. So you are going to be Exiled Fairy. Exiled Fairy Archand, and then I guess you are... You're also exiled, right? Yes. Also, I don't want to keep saying does minus because we have a bunch of them, so Exiled Fairy Morgrimaz. And Fairy, because we will be using these troops like Exiled Fairy Morgrimaz here, is going to be ferrying the Hell Cannons to Scaff, and then the other guy will be ferrying stuff to whoever else we figure out. Alrighty, so you stay in Zharr for now. Do we need to do anything here? I guess a Root Marcher. That's pretty much it. None of this really helps you in any way. Yeah, just get Ruthless Disciplinarian, because you're really just for ferrying troops anyway. But if you get a little bit of extra control in the province that you're in, it wouldn't be amiss. Now, there was a thing that I wanted to test out last episode, and it was this. We have the Dreadquake Mortar and the Iron Demon, and okay, so you can't merge them. Okay, well that answers that question. I guess you can't actually individually make trains like this. We'll have to replace the Iron Demon that we have in this army, Zhatan. So Thomas the Warp Engine and Iron Maiden, but we'll just rename new trains to this. Now Zhatan, once again, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can replace you with 6 Infernal Guard. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 trains with Iron Demons. And then maybe replace the Blunderbusses with Fire Glaives. I mean, they're quite good here, but I don't know. The Fire Glaives are more expensive, and we do have Blunderbusses essentially in the Warp Engines, or the Warp Engines, the Iron Demons that do a similar thing. Either way, that's not something that we have to consider now. What we do have to consider is this. Internal Recruiter Zork, you can delete these. They're not needed right now. I'd rather have the capacity. Then we're going to March Stance you all the way out here. I guess you're going to take a little bit of attrition, and you are going to move to Zharr, where you will be recruiting trains. How much does it cost to recruit trains directly here? I mean, we only have the capacity for 1 right now, but I'm curious. 880? Skullcrack Iron... Wait. Oh yeah, we don't have the capacity for the dual units, but that's fine. We are going to upgrade that to as soon as Materials at Sea is done. So you head out that way because it'll be faster to go through there and then southward. So we could go to Zharr and go down the canal. And, oh wait, no, we can't go down the canal. The canal goes all the way up here. Alright, fine, then go down the road, and then run through the Darklands down here. And what, that might take a long time. It might actually be better to just globally recruit at the Eastern Colonies instead. I'll think about it, depending on how long it actually takes to global recruit the units that Zhatan needs. Either way, that's good for him. I had another idea as well, however. So, Dai Cheng. How near are you to where we need to be? Okay, no, we need to be here, right? Yeah, okay, so we're gonna start raiding Lustria for labor. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a couple of garbage overseers, ones we don't care about, as in if they die, we don't care. Let's say you, and we'll get another one after. Tournament, here's whatever. You are going to start recruiting gobos. Globally recruiting gobos. The decent kind of gobos, though, not the laborers. Because, well, you should still be able to fight even at least a basic battle. So, start on that, and then we'll get a bunch more gobos, and we'll get 2 of these guys, and then we'll have them both raid different Illustrian territories. I think that should work out nicely for us. Alrighty, so that's 1. Do we want to get you recruitment cost reductions or anything? Does this actually... Upkeep production and armor doesn't help for the gobos. Okay, it's this that we wanted. It doesn't reduce in upkeep, but whatever. Oh, it does reduce upkeep, it doesn't reduce recruitment cost. Okay, that's fine. And that is fine. And then we'll get your root marcher as well. And we'll do the same thing for the other guy. These guys won't be permanent lords, they're just raiders. In fact, rename Raider Zanas, and then we'll get another Raider as well. We only have 1 unit to globally recruit right now, so we can only do that there. Alright, the plan is in motion, I guess. Ooh, also, while we're at it, I was going to name some units. It feels like it's been at least a few episodes at this point. Where are you, Centaur Army? You. Alright, Dulaxes are great weapons. Does it matter? I don't know. You, neighborhood bullies? Damn it. Neighborhood bullies, like so. We should have a Bale Taurus somewhere. You have one? You do not? I know we have one somewhere here. It's one of the armies that we got for free. Ah, there we go. Gorth has it. Alright, you are gonna be Khashrut's Steakhouse. There we go. And next up, we have Infernal Ironsworn. Well, we do have 3 of them, so let's give them some names. Alright, and these guys are going to go to Zhatan. The Smoldering Shields. Pinkertons and Zhatan's oh, that's why. Executioners, damn you, caps lock. You got me again. Alright, Infernal Guard. Well, let's go with you next. I guess these guys will be transferred to Drazhoath, so we may as well transfer them. I still haven't decided what exactly Gorth is going to have as his army, but we'll figure it out. Anyway, Infernal Hat Guard, and you are going to be the Seared Beards. Alright, and Fireglaves. Alright, let's do 1 of you at least. Bullseye Rangers. And let me just see what else. I didn't name one of you guys, did I? No, okay. Yeah, by the way, we need names for Fireborn and we need names for Centaurs. Those are the ones that we have the least of so far in the list. Also, you guys. Infernal Guard in quotes, though this unit is not going to stay in this army. Oh, huh, you can't actually see the quotes. Okay, what if we do Infernal Guard like this? Okay, that one we can see. Alright, not bad at all. And, alright, 2 more names, and then we'll continue. It's been like, I don't know, at least 5 episodes since I've added any, so it feels like we should do some. Blunderbusses, let's go. The Kneecappers. And we've got Ghost Blunderbusters. There we go. Alright, we got a few more for various types of machines, but I think that's enough for 1 episode. We will continue that another time. Let's do whatever else we need to do now. So, let's see. Yobaz Stormbreaker, you should have reached the Maw Gate, therefore you are going to take said Maw Gate, and this is not, I believe, a tower, right? I don't think so. Banner of Swiftness. You know, let's put the Banner of Swiftness on Gordas. 120 speed, not too bad. He should be able to chase down any lord he damn well pleases. Though I suppose we could also give him the Banner of Eternal Flame at 8%. It's not a big deal. Auto-resolve this. No damage even to the Gobos, and Grimtop is... Wait, what is this? The Maw Gate. Okay, yes, so you are an outpost. though soon we'll be doing mostly factories. Really, it's armaments now that we need more than raw materials. I think if we get up to about 15k raw materials per turn, we can essentially stop for a while and then just balance it with further money and further armaments, rather than acquiring more and more labor, because that'll also need a balance. Anyway, occupies outpost. Good. Maugate, what do you have? Okay, you immediately got the spice market, and I guess we can upgrade the Overseer's Tower immediately as well. And we will go for you, and you while we're here, why not? Exiled Ferry, you. Maybe I should just use all exiled units as ferry units. What is the operator of a ferry called? I have no idea. Alrighty, well, either way. This is the Great Hall of Greasus, which is a tower. No, it's not. Wait, what? The Great Hall of Greasus cannot be occupied as a tower. Well, that's kind of surprising, considering Yeti Peak can, and it's a two-tier... Huh. That's really bizarre. You would think, but oh well. Not a big deal, we'll occupy it as outpost, and I was gonna sack it and then reoccupy it as a tower with a high level to get that gold mine up and running, but it's fine. Oh, fortunately we kept the gold mine. Low recruit here, recruit rank, and a little bit of cash. Can't complain about that. Destroy the Overseer's Tower, we don't need the building here. Yeah, I was just wanting to check if we had any extra stuff. Tech Thief, you unfortunately cannot reach a territory this turn, so you can go here, and go either for the Valley of Horns or for Karak Krakatan, but everybody's doing good at taking out the ogres. Gorth Stout Troll, you are headed down to join Scaff Stonebeard's army, and let's see who else needs to move. Alright, Durjim Jeg Throng. Who the heck are... Oh, yeah, you're this guy. You're gonna head out to the Sentinels. Now, I don't know for sure, but I feel like these guys are going to declare war on us. Why? They're... Really? The balance of power... Oh, no, that was the balance of power between these two armies. Okay. Yeah, so I don't like how this guy's heading down this way. See how he's directly facing towards our territory here? So, just in case, let's have you here. Not that we care about this random lord, mind you. Alrighty, what's up next? Dipti. Did we already move you? Oh, you're one of these guys. You could head back into the Ashridge Mountains, just in case Helmengorst... Ooh, I guess all of you need to actually be beside each other. Alright, fine. You're gonna move here. And, oh... There's another issue. We have to be really careful about the defeat of Helmengorst, because he has poison attacks. We don't want the flaming attacks of Drazhoath overwritten by poison attacks. That wouldn't be great. I'm definitely gonna have to keep that in mind. You can lose some of these units. We'll obviously retool the whole thing afterwards, but do you actually need the whatever. We'll deal with it. And all of these armies will have plagues, but there's not much we can do about it, honestly. You can just stay here, and you know what, actually go right in front of Drazhoath, so I hope that if Gorsty tries to attack this, he'll attack these guys instead. Ashridge Mountains, just in case you survive, we're gonna build a factory gatehouse. And I don't think... Yeah, Bone Gulch should be dead, as Gorst will head down to it, but that's fine. If only there was a way to get rid of plagues faster. As in, get rid of them, not reduce their spread, but oh well. Tech Thief, you have to go to... Oh, there's already a Tech Thief at the gates of Zharr. Yeah, that's not gonna work. And Tav Gorgoth also has the buffs. Okay, fine. Then you're gonna head out here rather than fail. And I guess you're gonna head out here as well. Well, start annoying the orcs out there then. Alright, Dumb Tamer. You're gonna land here. Exiled Fairy, Morgrimmaz, you got an Iron Curse icon, you do not need that. Alright. I'm gonna have to look up what the, if nobody knows what the operator of a fairy is called. Oh, we could also name them, like, Conductor, as if they're ferrying troops on trains, which is absolutely a thing. Although I did want to name a specific Lord Conductor, something that has a bunch of trains in their army too, so I don't know. Anyway, you're gonna head up here, other Tech Thief, lots of techs to steal, but you do have to waste a few turns traveling to them. Let's also level you up, so that I don't forget to do so before we have you steal tech. Alrighty, that's the moves. Let's move on to whatever admin we need to do. So, Gotta continue making good use of our materials at sea. We'll start with you here. Fire on oh no, never mind. I thought that was a demon smithy, but it ain't. Alrighty, let's do that. Gash Kadrak, you're up next. Our new place, which is already climbing fairly high in terms of better provinces, I guess is the phrase I'm looking for. Let's get to you a strip mine, and then we'll go for the exotic animal tamer, or whatever it's called, for the Chaos Dwarfs afterwards. You have your demon smithy, and I don't think we need anything else here at the current time, so we'll wait on that. Broken Lands of Tianli. Yes, 700 for those gun turrets. Build the port, build the die maker, build the tribute shrine, and demon smithy is up next. Right there. Alright, warps. Wait, no, I missed something. Gold panners, yes. Alright, what's up next? We got Shangyang. 675. Oh, gloriously cheap. I wonder if it would have been free if we got the extra 10% reduction via text, but we won't reach it by the time that Materials at Sea is over anyway, so it won't matter. Anyway, how are we doing? Imperial Road looking good as well. Bloodwind Keep, tier 5, please, and... oh, we have 2 of these. We don't actually need one of these here. Well, I guess it is another capacity building. This place has tons of capacity. Ah, yeah, you know what, fine, just keep it. Just keep it. I'm not gonna waste money upgrading it right now, because we have better things to use money on, but just keep it for now. Demon Smithy. Yes? Yes. And definitely Demon Smithy, and we got 1,000 still left in terms of our armaments. Red Wastes. As soon as we've upgraded all the Demon Smithies, then we're going to start using armaments to increase capacities for various other types of troops that we don't currently have. We're gonna go for the Marble Quarry. And definitely. I guess we can still keep the Hobgoblin Bivouacs here. And what about you, Black Fortress? You don't have the patrol routes. You do have a demon smithy, however. And, oh. It's not reduced by the billowing smokestacks. Alright, or, well, we have billowing smokestacks, but you know what? I'd rather not take it off because the Skaven Plague is just too annoying, and I'd rather it not spread as much. Even at the extra cost of a little bit of extra armaments. Anyway, continue as you are, Black Fortress. So what do we have here at Yeti Peak? Why do we... oh, right, it's a tower, so it's a demon smithy, yes. Alright, next up. This place keeps confusing me. Bone Road, Overseer's Tower. We got the mine shaft here. Still plenty of money to go, at least while we still have materials at sea. Let's... oh. Now these are not in the same... okay, whatever. Not in the same order. Gun turrets for you. Mount Greyhag, let's upgrade you. Gotta get all of these territories to be factories up front. This place is gonna be a little bit more expensive, but it is what it is. Build you, and on top of that, we're going to build a Dreadquake mortar. And yeah, we do want the high-quality assembly line, but it's not going to come in handy right now. And this place is definitely going to be one of the front-line areas when the endgame scenario comes, and it's getting closer and closer. And there are going to be a lot of Regu Dwarfs to fight. You. Mountains of Morn. Alright, fine. Just build the tower roads. Let's build the Overseer's quarters and... oh, 1350, yeah. Well, I guess we'll build it anyway. And that is it for our raw materials. All right, what do we have for just money? So that's a you, and that is a you, and then we still have salt to build there. Nobbler Country. Yeah, I guess we'll upgrade you as well. Once again, it is still decently likely that the place gets attacked and we lose a few territories, but who cares? It's better to invest now. Alright, Plain of Bones. We have the Bone Gulch. You know, I'm 99.9% sure that Gorst will destroy you, but 675 gold is not that much of a loss, and if he doesn't destroy you, well then it'll have been worth building. Alrighty, and I do believe that's it. Techs are up next, and we were headed towards labor organization for that workload requirement and raw material reduction, as well as the labor gained post-battle increase. I think we might actually skip workforce dictats. Okay, last thing before we end the turn then is going to be our labor economy. We need to fix... okay, so it's mostly a few new territories that have... that are starting to acquire labor. Oh, the Plain of Zharr. You know what? I'm gonna take all this labor from the Plain of Zharr. That doesn't technically need it anymore. because it doesn't actually have an outpost right now. The Howling Wastes. Do we want to put labor there? Oh, wow, you're gonna need a lot there, Nobbler Country. Where is Nobbler Country? Wait. Okay, fine. I guess we'll just transfer it. Alright, fine. Let's do 1, 2, 100, 3, and... oh, you need 2? Okay. We're gonna need to acquire more labor then. Alright, screw it, Nobbler Country, start collecting labor and get... oh, wow, your public order is horrific. You know what? Don't do this yet. Even if it hurts our efficiency, I don't think it's worth the time, because the public order is so horrific, you're gonna just lose too much to reductions. Let's put a little bit more labor here, and let's get anywhere we got extra here, Plains of Shen, and there we go. And just the one place, except... that didn't really cost nearly as much as I thought it would. We do have a few places that are also starting to lose massive amounts of control. But I think we'll wait a couple of turns until we hopefully can fix it. Oh, funnily enough, if we could get workforce dictates. But then again, none of these places are losing more than 10 control per turn, so it's not necessary. I think we could do without. Yeah, it's fine. And we're not selling labor at this point, really. We'd rather buy labor. Alrighty, and I believe that's it. So skip, and let's end the turn. Let's see if anything interesting happens. I'd love to see what exactly Snitch will do. Maybe he'll come out and try to fight one of these guys. Maybe he'll try to run. You gotta do something. Settlement besieged, Vale of... okay, yeah, that's us besieging. And Imric. You are, in fact, going to declare war on us. Well, that's great for you. He ran away, right? Where are his armies? I don't know. Also, while the turn is ending, I forgot to do this last episode, so I'm just going to take, once again, the time to remind you guys not to forget to drop those likes and comments below if you've been enjoying this particular Let's Play, as it is important. Engagement drives scheduling, as campaigns get older especially, yada yada yada. Anyway, Tretch Craventail is going to attack us. Oh, right, this is the garbage army that's going to disappear in a couple turns. Anyway, let him kill it. We siege this for the purpose of not allowing Tretch to heal. Though I guess if he uses Kill Anita after that army, he might have been able to heal anyway, but he stayed in the territory after that, which means he's dead. I guess we just have to pick who gets the defeat trait for him. Helman Gorst is going to attack the Bone Gulch as close defeat? Yeah, I doubt it. That's the auto-resolve kind of screwing over Gorst because his zombies wouldn't have been that easy to kill, and he's going to sit there. Alright. That's fine, we'll take it back. We were always expecting to lose that. We have other things to do right now, and what do we have here? A little Cathayan force, plus 100 cargo. It would be a very small battle, but you know what? We haven't seen this force fight in a while, and they still have a Black Dragon, a War Mammoth, a Giant, a Vargulf. Kind of an interesting coalition of units. The enemy have a Terracotta Sentinel. Ooh, and a Fire Rain Rocket. That's a lot more problematic. And a bunch of Celestial Dragons. Man. Wait, so is this a Caravan? Yeah, it's Caravan versus Caravan. Oh, okay, we gotta fight this. A lonely caravan has been spotted trundling through nearby land, bearing the banners of Cathay. No doubt the product of the so-called Celestial Empire would be worth snatching for ourselves, yet such spoils are not likely to lie unguarded. A choice between killing or caution. It seems the answer is... wait a second, where is this caravan from? Is this the Dissenter Lords of Jinshan? I don't recognize the banner here. What faction is this? Because Cathay is destroyed. We killed them all. Huh. Maybe it's just a random spawn? Maybe? I don't know. Either way, draw weapons, attack. Alrighty, Pyrrhic Victory, medium. Yeah, I'm very concerned about the Fire Rain Rocket. Hopefully we have some wooded territories to hide from that. From the Terracotta Sentinel should be interesting as well, but we have the advantage in giant units. Here we go, just for fun. We could have avoided those, but hopefully it's worth our time. Alright, looks like I missed the speech that time around, but oh well. I'm actually very excited about this battle. I didn't even know that caravans could fight each other. Like, that wasn't even something I had considered before, but otherwise, we've got a pretty interesting matchup here. Ooh, the Graveguard look quite nice in our colors as well. But yeah, we got a pretty interesting matchup against the much more elite enemy infantry and missile infantry at the very least, though we have monster superiority. The enemy does have artillery superiority because we have no artillery, but it's probably fairly unusual for the Chaos Dwarfs to have somebody else have artillery superiority, just generally speaking. There is a Terracotta Sentinel here, but I do imagine that our monsters should be able to bring it down together. Speaking of our monsters, we are definitely going to have to try to make use of our mobility. We're going to send the Black Dragon around, as well as the Varghulf, which moves quite fast at 80 speed, and we do have our Man-Eaters who are all the way back here as well, who are also fairly quick at 54. Our Giant is going to stick together with the War Shrine there, mostly because so that the two can support each other, even though the War Mammoth is just as fast as the Man-Eaters and could keep pace with it. Mostly, we're just trying to surround the enemy from various angles, the enemy army, so that they don't know who to focus on, and thus allow our infantry to approach the enemy without having to worry about the Fire Rain rocket killing off our infantry. Anyway, a Black Dragon Breath coming in on said Fire Rain rockets, and immediately the Fireborn are in. Once again, we really need to take out those Fire Rain rockets. The enemy obviously has a massive advantage against our very slow-moving Dwarf Warriors, who are also obviously not going to be nearly as tanky as more elite forms of infantry. So these things have to die. Here come the Man-Eaters, here comes the Black Dragon as well. Just going to drop down quickly on a few other units. A Celestial Dragon Warrior unit, or Celestial Dragon Guard rather, as well as a bunch of crossbows, just to do a bit of damage while the Kadai continue to distract them. The Terracotta Sentinel is also obviously a anti-demon sort of a unit with the high melee attack and high magical damage, so it brought down those Kadai extremely quickly, and darn that magical damage. And the Fire Rain rocket is still alive with still 3 models remaining, so we will have to go after it again. The Giant and the Mammoth have also moved in a little bit, and just to do a bit of damage to the enemy crossbows, but otherwise just to distract, or to continue distracting the enemy. Similarly, the Man-Eaters, the Dragon, the Varghulf charge in and do a bit of damage, and then charge out, though it looks like they did fairly well, just judging by the HP on the enemy units. A second Black Dragon Breath, or Noxious Breath, whatever it's called, coming in, and it looks like that one managed to get 2 more Fire Rain rockets, so this thing is down to only 1 model. And afterwards, oh damn, those glowing eyes though. Afterwards, the Black Dragon's going to drop down on those Celestial Dragon crossbows to continue distracting them, and the rest of our army is drawing closer and closer. Looks like we have been, by and large, successful, and the Fire Rain rocket isn't going to be able to achieve too much. Terracotta Sentinel doing a little bit of a duel with the Giant here, although the Mammoth is moving in to try to help out as well. Isn't it lovely that we have a War Shrine? We gotta get some alliances going so that we can actually build them for ourselves. But with Norska, I mean. And they do look quite nice in our colors as well. Every time I see any other kind of Chaos unit, I just keep thinking that the Chaos Dwarfs should probably have their own version of it. Like, I don't see them being incapable of taming a Chaos Mammoth and using a shrine of some sort like this, but then improving it, and maybe by putting a few cannons on it or something. That is how they should do. Anyway, Terracotta Sentinels dropping down to about 60% HP, otherwise we continue to run around the enemy, and what this is essentially doing is forcing all of their Celestial Dragon Guard to continue establishing some sort of perimeter to protect their more fragile crossbows and back line, which is not allowing them to make good use of said Celestial Dragon Guard and applying their anti-large against, well, our large units. Unfortunately for them, this Terracotta Sentinel is fairly isolated. Our Lord has finally moved into battle, and we're also going to be bringing up our Chaos Dwarf blunderbusses, which should also do fairly well at bringing down Terracotta Sentinel. In fact, we're going to move our own large units away so that the blunderbusses can fire without being interrupted. There we go. And firing up high into a model like this should mean relatively little in the way of splash damage to our own units, for once. Though at this point, I'm pretty sure the blunderbusses just straight up enjoy it. And that's a lot of shots into that Terracotta Sentinel, who is being distracted by our Lord of Dragon, also coming down in the background as well, or at least about to. One more stomp from the Terracotta Sentinel, and down it drops under fire. Ooh, crushing a couple of Chaos Dwarfs that it lands upon. With the death of the Terracotta Sentinel, the balance of power is about 85% in our favor, and the enemy is in pretty bad shape. The Vargulf has also moved in and is going to be distracting the Celestial Dragon Warriors and crossbows here, but we've got Man-Eaters about to hit them in the back while Chaos Dwarf Warriors hold the line. Otherwise, it looks like most of the enemy army is on the verge of collapse, and the battle should be ours fairly shortly. I do like the contrast of the yellow color scheme on the Celestial Dragon Guard against our dark blue color scheme. Alrighty, a few more hits, and I don't imagine these guys will be sticking around. The Mammoth and the Giant have also found a few more targets in the background here. Another Celestial Dragon crossbow unit, though there is still a full HP Dragon Guard here, though not for long, as well as the big boys start taking him out. What a fun battle. I very much am enjoying this one, though unfortunately not everything can last, and with that, I do believe the enemy army will shatter. The enemy lord kind of refused to fight, but, you know, hardly surprising. We didn't take all that much in the way of damage. It looks like our Giant was by far the, well, Giant and Mammoth, these two were the units that were the most hurt, and, you know, that's hardly surprising considering we used them to distract the enemy force from the front. So, yeah, it's about right. Plus, they had to fight that Terracotta Sentinel, and some great shots of that, though I really enjoyed the shot of the Sentinel falling to those blunderbusses. I'd actually love to compare how quickly two units of blunderbusses would take down a Sentinel, or just generally a big model, as compared to a unit of Fireglaives. I really would be quite curious to see. Anyway, going to try to bring down everything we can, and man, the Vargulf is so annoying, just pushing that poor Footlord back and not allowing it to escape, and allowing it to kill us. And there we go, in a battle of caravans, it looks like the Chaos Dwarfs stand victorious, and hardly surprising since Cathay has already been pretty much destroyed. Alrighty, there we go. I really enjoyed that one. A small battle, perhaps, but a pretty interesting one. We had a relatively small army ourselves. The enemy's Celestial Dragon Guard and crossbows are all a higher tier at tier 3 compared to our basic Dwarf Warriors and our blunderbusses, so they had the advantage there, but we had the advantage in terms of monsters and monstrous infantry, as we outnumbered that Terracotta Sentinel by quite a bit, as well as the mobility that our monsters had, specifically our Man-Eaters, our Dragon, and our Vargulf, and to some degree the War Mammoth is fairly fast as well, just the Giant is incredibly slow. And the enemy had its Fire Rain rocket, but was unable to use it at all, getting only 62 damage throughout the battle. We're going to take the Labor, because clearly we need a lot of it right now, and there we go. Alrighty, nice little encounter for us. And Tower of Zharr, Astrogoth's conceit. A seat you controlled has been usurped. Oh, how dare you. Which seat was this? Hopefully it's not one of the important ones. Killed in battle. Who are you again? Oh, that was the guy that, quote-unquote, fought Tretch, or just distracted Tretch. Which seat did you steal? This one. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. The Lord Recruit rank for our Convoy Overseers? That's a little bit annoying. Though I suppose we won't be recruiting them for a decent amount of time, so that's fine, as in it's not a huge deal. We will be confederating Astrogoth in 3 turns. We could right now, but I did ask you guys with regards to if you knew whether the Confed debuff double stacks, and apparently, according to a couple of the comments, indeed it does. So if we were to confederate right now, we'd have +5 turns, but also an additional -5. So it wouldn't be -5 for 8 turns, it would be -10 for 8 turns, which is pretty darn significant. We can wait 3 turns, not a big deal. Plus, honestly, I'd really rather have the situation here in a little bit of a better, situation before we get to that. Anyway, with that, we're pretty much out of time, and I am going to call the episode here. Next time, we have landed on the Elven territory. I guess the question is whether we'd be able to reach it in one go, and the answer is well, looks like we'll be a tiny bit off. Oh well, I guess we'll land, we'll raid, and then we'll And we'll attack him the turn after that. It's not like we don't have other stuff to do anyway. Sylvania's been destroyed. Ooh. Well, isn't that interesting? We get 300 labor for this. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. And then we'll probably sack or raise the Tower of the Sun. Maybe raise it, because it'll be a decent amount of a labor influx, which we do need. Anyway, calling it here. More Zhatan to come, so stay tuned. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.